Hello children, welcome to AIMS India's online classes. So in today's class we are starting a new chapter from our subject mathematics, and what is the chapter name? It is geometry. Yes. Now in this chapter we are going to learn the concepts of point, line segments, polygons and circles, and also we'll understand the concepts of symmetry, reflections and tessellations. Okay children, this is our learning checklist for our new chapter geometry. Now coming to the chapter, a dot represents a point. So the first topic that we are going to learn here is point. What is a point? Any dot that we have placed. Yes, this is a dot, this is a dot, this is a dot, this is a dot. So all these dots, any dot that we place will represent a point. It is called as a point. It determines as exact location. So what is this point here children? Point determines an exact location. See, exactly this. Even when you want to show something on a piece of paper, suppose if you are looking at this a slide here at this screen, now you want to show someone an exact location or a particular word, for example capital. What you'll do, you'll point here, you'll point here. By pointing, what do we mean? We mean that we are showing an exact location. So in the same way, this point here represents an exact location. What does a point determine children? It determines exact location and it is denoted by capital letters. For example, if on this piece of paper I am drawing points. Yes, see, all these are points. Now I want to give a name to each point. Yes, I want to give a name to each point. So how can I do that? I can do that with the help of capital letters. I can name this point as A, this as Z, this as C, L, M, Q, R, O, T, anything children. So if we want to represent a point or we want to denote a point, it is called as denoting. A point is denoted by a capital letter. Always use capital letters. Do not write something like this. Yes, here the A that we have chosen is a small letter. This will be wrong. Always use capital letters to represent or to denote points. And again, suppose if this is a point, do not use two letters. For example, xy. Do not write it as point xy. Okay children? So what are the rules for denoting the point? First, it should be a letter. Only a single letter should be used, and also the letter should be a capital letter. Is this clear about point? A dot is nothing but a point. Now it determines an exact location, and also a point is denoted by capital letters. For example, point M. Yes, now how will we read this? As this point has a name now, it is denoted by the capital letter M. So this will be read as point M. Understood children? It is denoted by M. So this will be read as point M. Mark 2 points on a paper and name them as L and M. Now what is the activity here? We have to mark 2 points. This is point L and this is point M. Now join these points using a ruler. The figure so obtained is called a line segment. What are they saying? See here, what did we do? We are drawing or marking 2 points. Point L and point M anywhere. Okay. So after that you have to take a ruler. What is a ruler? Ruler is nothing but a scale. Yes. Now take a scale and join these 2 points. Take a scale and join the 2 points, that is join point L and point M. Now upon joining, what are we seeing here? This blue line, it is called as a line segment. This blue line is called as what children? Line segment. L-I-N-E line, S-E-G-M-E-N-T. Now this line is called as line segment. This blue line is called as the line segment. And what are the properties of a line segment? As we can see, our line segment is having 2 end points. Yes or no? It is having 2 end points, that are point L and point M. A line segment has how many endpoints, children? Two endpoints, 1 and 2. And what are the endpoints here? They are point L and point M. Now it is named by the endpoints as line segment LM. Now yes, so this is our, let me draw again. This is our line segment LM. Yes or no? Just in the previous, just as for points, as we have named our points, we can name our line segment as well. Now how can we name our line segments? For this, we need to use the names of the endpoints. What are the names of the endpoints? L and M. So our line segment's name would be line segment LM. Is this clear, children? What is this? For naming a line segment, we take the names of the endpoints. Here the points are point L and point M. So the name of the line segment would be line segment LM. Line segment LM. And how do we write it? Means, yes, these are the endpoints LM, and upon that we will draw a small line. Upon LM we will draw a small line. Now this is read as line segment LM. What is this read as, children? It is read as line segment LM. If I simply write the names of the endpoints L and M, we will call it as LM. That's all. We will not know whether it is a line segment or not. So that is why when we are writing the name of a line segment, we have to use this line. We have to draw this line above the name of the line segment so that it will represent line segment. It denotes line segment. So how do we read this, children? We have to read this as line segment LM. See, this is just LM, but this here is line segment LM. So now draw. This is all about line segment. What is line segment? It has two endpoints. See, a line segment has two endpoints. And how do we write the name of the line segment, children? It is named by the endpoints and as line segments. We have to draw this line compulsorily to denote that we are writing the name of a line segment. It is not just LM, it is line segment LM. Okay. Now what is our activity here? Draw different line segments using the points given in the figure below and write their names. Yes, we are having different points here. Now with these points we have to draw line segments. So what is the line segment? When we join two endpoints, 2 points. Let us say we'll join these two and these two. Okay. Not only that, you can also join AO, PB, or you can even go for joining these two, these, okay, children. So like this, these are the many line segments that we can draw using the given 5 points. Now let us name the line segments. Okay, what is this line segment? We have to name it using the endpoints. What are the points here? A and P. So it will be line segment AP. Don't forget to draw the line above. Okay. Now next, this one. These endpoints are P and B. PB. Okay, children. Now next, B and O or O and B. OB, line segment OB. Then we have this. What are the endpoints? A and O. Line segment AO. Then we have this one. A and Z. So line segment AZ. Similarly, line segment OZ. Line segment PZ. And lastly, the line segment BZ. Okay, so these are the names of the different line segments that we have formed using the given 5 points. I hope the concept of line segments is clear for you, children. Now next, coming to our line. A line can be extended indefinitely in both directions. It has no endpoints. A line is denoted by taking any 2 points on a line. For example, consider the line. Now to name this line, consider any 2 points on the line, say E and F. So it is named as line EF. So what are they saying here? What did we learn about line segment, children? This is a line segment, LM. It is having two endpoints. A line segment is having two endpoints. But when we can extend this line segment on both sides indefinitely, when we see arrows like this, it means that we can extend it. It means that we can increase the length. By how much? It is our wish. There is no limit. We can increase the length by how much ever we want. Okay, children. So when we have something like this line is having no end points. On both the sides it is having arrow marks. That means we can extend the line indefinitely on both the sides. Yes or no, children? We can extend it indefinitely. There is no limit for the extension on both the sides. Hence it will be called as a line. Hence it will be called as a line. Now can you tell me how many endpoints does our line have? It has no endpoints. See, on both the sides it can be extended. There are no endpoints for the line. Now what about this L and M? Are they endpoints? No, children. They are not at the starting end or the beginning, or at the starting or at the ending. They are on the line. So this is the line, and L and M are 2 points that are placed on the line. So they will not be the end points, but to name our line. For line segment, example, if we take this line segment AB, how did we name this? We named it using the endpoints AB, and we drew a line over it to say that it is line segment AB. Yes. Now how will we do with line? A line has no endpoints. So it is having no endpoints. So to name our line, we will consider any 2 points on the line. For example, we have point L and point M. Understood, children? Our line has no endpoints. Line has no endpoints. So when we want to name our line, we take any 2 points on the line. For example, point L and point M. Now what will be the name of the line? It would be line LM. We will name it by the 2 points on the line. So the name would be line LM. And how do we denote it, children? Write LM, and upon LM, what does this line look like? It is having arrow marks on both the sides. So draw a line with arrow marks on both the sides. Now this here will be line segment LM. This here would be what, children? It will be line segment it will be line LM. I'm so sorry. It will be line LM. Line can be extended on both the sides indefinitely. It has no endpoints. So how can we name the line? We name the line using any 2 points on the line. Any 2 points on the given line. Now, yes, to name this line, consider any 2 points on the line. Say E and F. Yes, this is another line. How can we say it is a line? Because it can be extended on both the sides indefinitely. So it is a line, children. Now the 2 points on the line are E and F. So it is named as line EF. So upon EF we have to draw the line symbol. So it is named as line EF. Let us again revise. Point, line and line segment. This is a point, this is a line, this is a line segment. Yes or no? How do we name our points? Using a capital letter. How do we name our lines? Using any 2 points on the given line. For example, it can be line AB. Don't forget to put this symbol. Okay. Now line segment. A line segment has two endpoints. So we name the line segment based on the endpoints. For example, the endpoints are X and Y. So it would be line segment XY. Don't forget to put the line above it. Okay. So these are the three concepts that we have learnt: point, line and line. As we have seen what is a line segment, let us learn about measuring a line segment. Okay children, in the previous classes we have learned how to measure objects. Yes or no? In the measurement chapter we've already learned how to measure given object using a ruler or a scale. So in the same way, the same rules apply for measuring line segments as well. Now look at the following line segments. Can you say which line is longer without tracing these lines? By tracing, what are they saying? See, how can we say which line segment is longer than the other one? You can compare their exact lengths by measuring them. So to find out which one is longer than the other, we need to measure the length of the line segment and then compare. What should we do children? We should measure the length of the line segment. We should measure the length of the line segment using what? Using a scale or a ruler. So yes, this is our scale. Now if you observe on the scale, again we have two. One is the centimeters and the others are our inches. If you look at the scale like this, on top we have the centimeters and at the bottom we have inches. What do we use normally children to measure the lengths using the ruler? We go for the centimeters. Yes. And again if you observe carefully here, this is 1 centimeter. Yes or no? From here till here this will be 1 centimeter. Now this 1 centimeter is again divided into many small parts. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So each centimeter is again further divided into 10 equal parts. Now what are these called as? These are called as millimeters. Each line is called as 1 millimeter. Okay children, understood what is this? We have both centimeters and inches on a ruler. We normally use centimeters. Now again, each centimeter is divided into 10 equal parts and each of that equal part is nothing but our millimeter. It is equal to millimeter. Okay. Now observe it carefully. One edge is divided into 15 divisions and each division represents a centimeter. Yes, if you look at the normal scale, that is the short scale that we have in our geometry box, yes, it is divided into 15 divisions. How many? See, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 divisions. Now each such division represents a centimeter. That means this is 1 centimeter, this is 1 centimeter, this is 1 centimeter, this is 1 and so on. Okay. So all these divisions represent 1 centimeter. The other edge marked is inches. The other edged mark is our inches. Now if we consider centimeters, each centimeter is further divided into 10 smaller divisions as we have discussed. Now this each centimeter is again divided into 10 smaller divisions. Now each smaller divisions represents 1 by 10 of a centimeter and is known as a millimeter. Yes or no? See, this is only one part out of the 10 divisions. It is only one division out of the 10 divisions. If you want to represent it as a fraction, the fraction would be 1 by 10. Yes or no? The centimeter, let us see here. The centimeter is divided into 10 equal parts. So the total number of parts are 10 and we are considering only one division. So this one division, that will be our numerator. So each division is nothing but 1 by 10 of what? We are dividing the centimeter. So it is 1 by 10 of our centimeter. And what is it called children? It is called as millimeter. It is known as millimeter. The smaller divisions are known as millimeters. Let us measure the length of line segment, say DE. So now as we have learnt about what is a scale and what are the different markings on the scale, let us look at the measurement of a line segment using a scale. Now place the ruler along the line segment. See, this is our line segment here, DE. If you recall the steps for measuring the length of an object using a scale, what did we do, children? We'll have an object and we'll place it along the line, we'll place the object along the ruler. Yes or no? We'll place the object along the scale so that the one edge is at 0 centimeters. Yes, one edge is at 0 centimeters. So in the same way, this is the line segment that is already drawn. Now we'll take our scale and place it such that the end point is coinciding with our 0 centimeters. The end point is coinciding with our 0 centimeters. Now, if you look at the other end point, it is E. Where is it ending? It is ending at 5. So, the length of the given line segment is 5 centimeters. Clear, children? We are using the centimeter scale. So, the length of the given line segment becomes 5 centimeters. Now note down the marking on the ruler where the other end point E coincides. Yes, so it is coinciding at 5. The length of the line segment DE, line segment. So we have to draw this above. Length is equal to 5 centimeters. Is this clear, children? Now the reading gives the length of the line segment DE. Observe that E is coinciding with 5. Hence the length of line segment DE is 5 centimeters. Yes, it is coinciding with 5. So the length is equal to 5 centimeters. Now similarly, let us measure the length of PQ and compare it with DE. So if you remember the first slide, we were having two line segments here. Where is it here? DE and PQ. Now we are done with measuring the length of DE. It is 5 centimeters. So we'll now move on to measuring the length of the other line segment, that is PQ. Now again, so yes, children, to measure the length of the line segment PQ, we need to place the ruler such that the end point P is coinciding with 0 centimeters. Yes, now we will look at where our other end point is. It is here. If you look closely, what can we find here, children? The Q is not exactly at 5, neither is it at 6. It is somewhere in between. Now from 5 you need to count the number of lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. This is on the 6th line. What did we learn? These smaller lines are nothing but millimeters. So the length of our Q becomes the line segment PQ becomes 5 centimeters. And how many lines are there here till the end point Q? There are 6 lines. So the length of our line segment PQ becomes 5 centimeters, 5 in centimeters and 6 millimeters. 5 in centimeters and 6 millimeters. Now how do we write it? We write it as 5.6 centimeters. Understood? We write it as 5.6 centimeters. We write the centimeter part 5 point, then the number of lines that we have counted, there are 6 lines. So 5.6. Clear, children? Now the length of our line segment PQ will be equal to 5.6 centimeters. The length of the line segment DE was 5 centimeters. If we compare 5 centimeters and 5.6 centimeters, which is the one with the highest length? PQ. PQ is 5.6 and DE is 5 centimeters. So DE is less than, line segment DE is less than our line segment PQ. So this is the basics of how do we measure the length of the given line segment using a scale, children. Okay. Now a line has no finite length as it extends to infinity in both directions. Hence its length cannot be measured. The ruler in geometry box has markings only up to 15 centimeters. To measure the length of the objects which are more than 15 centimeters, there are other rulers available. Now this was how to measure the length of a line segment. Now what if I have a line xy? What if I have the line xy? Now how can I measure the length of a line? It is not possible for us to measure the length of the line. Why? Because it extends to infinity in both the directions. It can be extended on both the ways. So it's not having a fixed length. Finite is fixed here. It is not having a length that can be measured or counted. So what did we learn today, children? That for a line we cannot find out its length, but if you want to find out the length of a line segment, we can do it using a ruler. Now again, one doubt might arise that the ruler has markings only up to 15 centimeter. So what should we do if we have a large line segment like this, which is more than 15 centimeters? So for that we have bigger rulers. Okay children, bigger rulers which help us to measure the lengths of such larger line segments. Okay, now with this we'll